Welcome back and thank you very much indeed. My guest in studio, Issa Hussein, is a former member of parliament for Okankwe North constituency, and also Fred Agbenyo. He is the Deputy International Relations Officer of the National Democratic Congress. Gentlemen, welcome back from the break. Hussein, you have provoked a lot of people. They are sending messages. So Nilanti Vanderpoy, member of parliament for Ododo constituency, says, Johnny, good morning. Respectfully tell Fuseni that hooting is part of our culture. Hooting is a deterrent culture to prevent people from committing crime. Oh. The chiefs even give orders for people who steal in the olden days to be paraded through towns and hooted at. Yes. Then Mr. Kojo Chumboa, formerly of the Free Zones Authority, says, good morning, Johnny. Please remind Fuseni that as of 2017, Black Star Brokerage, which is owned by Dr. Charles Edubuahim, did not exist. It hadn't done a single dollar brokerage in services on the back of the loans that government procured. So the conflict of interest is palpable. Ken Oforiatta and Charles Edubuahim, on their own admission, are the two owners of two of the only three companies shortlisted to be so-called bond specialists for government securities. And you sit there and tell us that Eurobond markets are closed to all but data bank. He is not happy, and he says that in certain countries, they don't only boo, they throw tomatoes and eggs at you. But alas, we can't even afford what we can eat. He also mentions a very precarious situation of his, treasury bills, being locked up and all of that. He can't have access to them. And he certainly is not happy with it.
Black Stars advisors existed.
They existed in 2017?
In my field, for what I used to do, I know what Charles used to do, and the Black Stars
So Black Stars existed?
It's been existing
before 2017?
Are you sure? Way before.
When did they exist?
Since when? I was in the private equity venture capital space, and I've been there for quite a while. And Charles was doing something along the lines with Black Stars advisors. And
he could be doing something, but not in the name of Black Stars.
No, I know, because I knew where they were. I knew people who worked with Black Star advisors and all of that.
Okay.
So I know.
Do you know when they were set up properly?
I can't sit here and say it, right. But I know Black Star advisors has existed for a very long time.
Let's listen to my friend, lawyer Martin Pebu. He taught me media ethics and regulation. And a bit of media law. And then we will listen to gentleman, the very popular one on the NAPCO billboards, Remember Me, My Livelihood Depends on You, who says he was giving only 300 Ghana cedis. Now he has to wear a mask and hat and his life is in danger. His wife is worried. His students boo at him. Fuseni says booing cultures. Take a look at the two videos.
The president is clueless. Yeah.
The president is clueless.
Yeah, he's shown over and over that he's just super incompetent. I think now incompetent is too mild. Let's add super, just like the way we have models, super models. You heard what he said earlier in the week. Oh, he's not bothered by the complaints about lack of roads. If you want, you can vote for the NDC. I mean, what such insensitivity? After we take our money, we feed the president, we feed him, and he has the effrontery to talk to us like that. I'm like, this man, is you okay? We buy food for you. You eat our food, and you talk to us like that? Why? Does he think that 31 million people, we are all scared? We'll tell him that he's super incompetent. Super incompetent. We have to talk back to him. So it means that the man never changed. 2016, the way I was excited that this man was coming to save us, you come and lead us into a ditch. We complain and then you insult us. Look, and I think that, look, the rest of the populace, we should announce a date. I think by the Public Order Act, you just need about 5 days notice to the police for a demonstration, right? Yes, I'm inviting Ghanaians. Let's go for Kumipreku demonstration, part 2. Parliamentarians, listen, removing the president from office, you just need the votes to start the process, just 1/3 of parliament. They have to sign after a petition. So far, if you go through Article 69, we'll find grounds. Says that when he's behaved in such a way as to bring the presidency into contempt, into ridicule, yeah, it's enough grounds. Let's look at Article 69. 69B. So let's start this. It says 69. The president shall be removed from office if he is found in accordance with the provisions of this article, so A, to have acted in willful violation of the oath of allegiance and the presidential oath. So I'm looking at B. To have conducted himself in a manner which brings or is likely to bring the high office of president into disrepute, ridicule, or contempt. Yeah, I think we can try. Yeah, disrepute, ridicule. I mean, from January to October, our CD tumbles from what? 6 CDs to what? 14.7, eh? I'm sure today it's like 15 guys.
Because for the bids, they received beyond 15 CDs on
Thursday.
15 CDs, 30 pesos.
Jesus Christ.
So that article you read, said that the president has brought this
Ministration
presidency into
ridicule. It's become the laughing stock of the rest of the world, the worst performing currency. Because this is the same president who told us that this is a Gagisberg economy.
My major challenge is the threat. So anytime I have to go out, I have to put on the nose mask and sometimes the curb and that, so that I have to disguise myself. So sometimes I'll be in the room, Saturday, Friday, I'll be in the room, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, without going out. Because I'm afraid if I step out, I don't know what will happen to me. The moment they see you, then they are angry. They wanted to beat you because you are the part of the reason why they are suffering. So sometimes they will call you that you, Yachiwa, this is what we want to do to you. So sometimes my wife will ask me, like, when you are going, if you have the money, just take Uber then go out. So ask her to get people who are into this or who are on the narco scheme, so that they will take their pictures for magazines and calendar. And after the picture, they will just give you 300 cedis. After the picture, then I asked them about the money, and they said, oh, the following day they will get me the money, so I shouldn't worry. So we all left then that. So the next morning, or in the afternoon somewhere, then he called me that I should meet him at Amasama Lorry Station for the money. So I went there. So all I could see, she pulled a paper from the bag and asked me to sign before the money will be given. I said, what is that? So I read the information on the paper, and it was about you have been allowed yourself to be used on commercials, both television, the billboard, and any other. So I was very angry. So that very moment I didn't sign, because I told them they should have let me know before I took the picture and that. So I left him over there. So I came home, and my wife also told me that now the woman that lent me the 800 is to pay and get a job also is also worrying me to get the money. So you don't have any choice to. So you have to go and sign like that, and that is the country we live in. So go and sign and get that 300 cedis. Because whether you sign or you don't sign, your picture is already there, and they'll use it. So I went, and he asked me to meet him in Sakina, Amasama, one of the suburb areas. So I went there and signed, and I took that 300 cedis. So just after that, 2 months to the election, then my friends started calling me from Kumasi, the East region, and that they have been seeing me on social media. My picture is all over. It's like I'm full MPP man. So now I'm a big man. I quite remember when this news popped up that I was ejected by my landlord and I couldn't pay my rent and that. I got to the class, and I feel sad because most of them were laughing at me. So it was my personal class that they were trying to defend. So they said, you are not the only person that has been ejected by landlord. So if yours come, it is all over. Then it means you are not a small boy. So sometimes that is so you'll be walking around the campus, and the students, they will be laughing. From the family members too. Sometimes they see you out there, so now they believe you are well to do, and you are not also helping them. So day in, day out, calls are coming. So the moment the month ends, it started calling, the calls are coming from different angles. And that I need money for school fees. I need this for that. I need this for that. And they will worry you. And now some of them are not even talking to me because I have been tagged like a wicked person. You have money and you are not helping them. And even friends, some of the friends that we used to be on the same NAPCO, always they are calling to to give them money because now they know you are working with big men.
The America try buying say, like, yes, it's my husband.
My husband has been deceived and cheated. He wasn't given what he was due. Aside that, we keep receiving threats and insults from unknown people.
Insults, baby.
So this is the situation. Martin Kpebu is not happy. He's calling for Kumi Preku #2. And for those of you who may be too young, Kumi Preku happened in 1995. It was in opposition to the value-added tax. It was withdrawn, and then, 1998, VAT was introduced, and today here we are. People lost their lives. It was President Akufo-Addo who was the spokesperson for the group, Charles Rekubrobe, Kwesi Pratt, Kweku Bako, the late Victor Newman, and a couple others who were part of lawyer Kutu Ampao, who led that charge for Kumi Preku. It was a massive demonstration, never seen before in this country. He's asking for part 2 of that demonstration, whatever that means, and how it would marshal the people. But he says, for those of you who are silent about some of the things happening in this country, hoping that just a few persons will speak about it, when it falls on all of us. And then you heard the accounts of Remember Me. Remember Me is asking to be remembered. Hussein.
Johnny, the two issues. The young man who was featured in the ad, I am not too sure how he got involved. I am also not too vexed in the dealings of the advertising.
Sorry, these are images of Kumi Preku. This is Nonado speaking.
Oh,
no, Harry, pull it up.
I was there.
Harry, pull it up. Let's hear Nonado's beautiful English.
I was in Kumi Preku. Yes.
Okay.
I took part in Kumi Preku. That is why I'm saying that bullying should be taken out of our body politic.
Okay.
Yeah, because I was in Kumi
After you
Preku.
finished booing.
At the time, I recollect I had finished A-level.
Right.
Universities were closed for a whole year.
That's right.
And so we're waiting to go to university. A whole year of my life, I was just sitting at home waiting for the impasse between UTAG and government to be resolved.
Right.
And it actually triggered some anger.
UTAG is on strike as we speak.
I mean, how 27 years or so years later, we still will find ourselves in this situation. Beats my...
Let's listen to the president now. I'm sure we have the audio of the president there, thanks to the AP. That's Nana Danko Akufo-Addo then, who was the spokesperson for Kumi Preku. Did you see Dr. Captain Nyaho Tamaklo in the video there? Today they are not, they have a frosty relationship, but yeah, they were united at some point.
Kwesi was there.
Kwesi Pratt was there as well. Kweku Bako was
Dr.
there.
Nyaho Tamaklo. He's actually my mom's cousin. So I know him.
He's a very, very big grandpa of mine.
He's my mom's
He's a
cousin,
principal
so
person, that's all.
You see, what actually triggered Kumi Preku, I mean, back in the day, was a lot of confusion about the introduction of the VAT tax. You recollect? And when it started rolling out, and people who were not even registered for VAT, people did not understand it at all. Sometimes you join the watcher queue and the watcher seller wanted to take VAT
just
because
like the e-levy.
you see, it's a different dispensation. I think that the difference with the e-levy, it went to Parliament. People had I am not too sure how the VAT was, because the VAT is a more complicated way of doing this. And so that actually culminated in this Kumi Preku. But like you said, even in the absence of social media at the time, the internet was not something that was available. The internet was actually not available. Even private radio stations had not. I'm not too sure. Radio Gold was coming up. Joy FM had just started.
That's right.
Right. So they didn't even have the benefit of using.
University.
I didn't think they had a benefit of using the media to get people involved. But yes, still Kumi Preku. I mean, those days we read the newspapers, we read Free Press, we read the
Voice.
The Voice and the likes.
Yeah.
That's how come. But you see, moving on to Martin Kpebu's point, I think that whatever he has issues with it is right, and I was happy that he made reference to the Public Order Act. Now, whatever they wanted to do, whatever act he wants to do. I mean, it's his right
He
as a
quoted the
Ghanaian because
Constitution
me, I have taken being part of demonstrations over time in this country. When I found issues that I should demonstrate, I demonstrate. So if somebody is calling for a demonstration, I think that it's
calling for the president
right
to go. It says the president is incompetent. He is clueless. In fact, he called him super incompetent, and he said he is clueless. And the president is taking us for granted.
Then again,
because he feeds her, we feed him, clothe him, all of that.
That goes into another realm, and
like
a
what?
realm that I really don't want to name calling and personal attacks and all of that. I think that you can disagree however with whatever is happening, right? But to be using those words, they are not words that I will use, and they are not words that I expect that for a person like Mr. Martin Pebo, but he's becoming noted for such words. So maybe that's his stock in trade, and that's what the path he wants to chat. Coming back to the remember me, I am not.
You said nothing when in 20. I've forgotten, but you said nothing when John Mahama was called incompetent. President Akufo-Addo called Professor Mills Professor Doolittle. You said nothing.
That's a problem.
What are you saying now?
We say nothing. We say nothing.
They were sitting presidents.
We say, when you say I said nothing. I don't think
I didn't hear you speaking like this. You were still doing media rounds.
You were probably not akin to my.
You were doing media rounds. Did you say something?
Did I say something? I have remained who I am over time, and I'm telling you.
So
that,
did you condemn Mr. Akufo-Addo's
I am telling you
Professor
that how
Doolittle?
I feel about some of these things. It's just like that. It's just like that. I mean, nothing is going to change it. That's just me. That's my personal, and I've had issues with people that, look, this is how I want to do.
So you have issues with people who do that, especially your party people.
Moving on to
no. So I want your response. I want your response, because if you're educating the people and you want the people to move away
from it,
but I have
said on this
you should be able to have the bonus of skills to say.
I've heard Ambassador Piale. I've heard my brother Lee Lante Van der Boy. I've heard Kojo Chumba rationalize such behaviors. But I tell you that I've also seen an article purported to be an interview of Muntaka after what happened yesterday, and he is saying that, look, what happened at their elections calls for deep reflection within their party. You see, so. And I can't say into Wada, right? Wait till it gets to you. Wait till it happens to you. Then you have you actually feel how it is like.
Okay.
You see, so it is something that I am saying on this platform this morning. That we need to move
before you go to the NAPCO gentleman, Kojo Chumba says Black Star Brokerage began business in 2017. He wants that on record. He's trying to. He says you're moving from Black Star Brokerage to Black Star Advisors, which are different. Black Star Brokerage. In 2017, was there Black Star Brokerage?
There was at a point there was a SEC requirement that companies in the investment banking space who were interested in doing brokerage businesses formed different companies. I used to work with a firm called SIC Financial Services from about 2007. And later on, along the line, when this law came up, there was a delineation of the brokerage A. So at the time, if the formation of SIC brokerage in 2018 did not mean that the company was not involved in the business of brokerage. And the business of brokerage, basically, per the SEC, what SEC referred to is the ability to deal on the stock exchange, right? And so the fact that brokerage company was formed in 2017 did not mean that Black Star Advisors, as it existed, they do not do brokerage business. But you understand what I'm saying?
But the law is not.
Typically, this happened in the insurance.
The law is not applied retrospectively.
No.
So
I am explaining what happens in the regulation space.
Right.
This happened equally with our insurance companies, where hitherto, at a point, SIC was just SIC. SIC was doing what is known within insurance, general business and life business. But the insurance law at a point wanted it to be separated.
That's what I'm saying, that if the law
was... So the fact that today SIC SIC Limited, as we know, and the PLC, the listed one, as we know, the fact that today they are not doing life business does not mean that at the point in time they didn't do life business. You have not
answered the question whether a law should be or can be applied retrospectively.
No, certainly laws cannot be applied.
So that when the laws are changed and you change, you're starting your
my explanation is that
practice by that.
The fact that Black Stars brokerage was not in existence in 2016 did not mean that Black Stars advisors did not do brokerage business.
Okay, I get you. Quickly do the NAPCO thing and
the NAPCO thing,
1 minute, just 1 minute.
I'm sure that
he's disappointed.
It's a case of whichever agency did this adverts, and I know these agencies have some sort of contracts on images and all of that. And once the image is bought and you have signed to it, I mean, he's a teacher, right? And I expected that. He said that at the first instance, he refused to sign whatever was given to him. But he went back to sign it. And once he signed
with his image... Because he was going to be ejected. And he had paid 800 Ghana cedis as a NAPCO beneficiary to get a job, which he borrowed.
He had gone to allow the agency to use his image for a particular campaign.
Because he was in pain.
Oh, but I can't say because I'm in pain, I am going to take your producer's phone. Just because I need a phone.
Will you remember him?
Would I remember him? But every Ghanaian is remembered, and every Ghanaian has a right to the national cake, has a right to opportunities that are open in the system.
I see. Fred, take a bite on this one, and then you can go to the when we wrap up.
Well, as for this gentleman, I empathize with him when I heard him talk, but I don't have any. It's okay.
It's okay.
He's going through what he's going through.
You are happy that he's
I'm not happy, but as I sympathize with him, I empathize with him truly. That I cannot even go out. He has to lock himself up in a room. If he has to go, he has to get the Uber to be able to go. To the extent that even the people he's teaching are not even hooting at him and calling him name. His friends are calling him and telling that you are the reasons why we are going through what we are going through today.
Fred, sorry. But if he, how about the likes of us? I mean, I really find it difficult with what he's saying, actually.
Why?
I really find it very difficult.
But you have been
it's not everybody who supports
Let's wrap up. We have messages quickly and then we can wrap up. Yeah.
Martin Kwebu.
No, so on this particular one, but let's juxtapose it with the guys who did your IDB video. They went through same ordeal at some point. They came crying that people won't give them acting jobs anymore and all of that.
I don't know about it. I've never done anything like that. So I don't know about it. I think that the next time they invite you to come and do anything, you think twice before you go and do it. So that's the most important thing.
You have to look sharp.
Yeah, you need to look sharp. You need to think through it well. Martin Kwebu and what they said.
Yeah.
Johnny, sometimes I sit back quietly and ask myself, where from this timidity in Ghanaians suddenly? Ghanaians, it's as if we cannot rise up to be counted. The things that happened in 1995 that brought about Kumi Preku that you're talking about, what we are experiencing today is over 1,000 times more than what happened in 1995. It's understandable that we just returned to democracy. And so over the past 10, with the PNDC, people didn't have the opportunity to express themselves the way they would have to express themselves. That might have contributed to the numbers we saw under Kumi Preku. But in terms of hardship and what we are going through today, Johnny, I am surprised we are not mobilizing ourselves in our millions and taking over the streets across the country.
To achieve what?
To call the attention of the president, maybe he's not hearing us. To call the attention of the international community. By now, every regional capital, the 16 regional capitals, should be flooded by people, all in red. We are not beating anybody, we are not destroying anybody, but just to protest to the world that we cannot continue this hardship. I was telling a friend that just a month ago, I bought Coveram for 160 Ghana cedis. 2 days ago, I went back to the same shop and I bought Coveram for 320 Ghana cedis. A bag of rice. How much the cost of a bag of rice today as we speak? A gallon of oil. As I was walking in here, IGPR2 is planning to increase lorry fares. As for VIP, they've done that already.
Yeah, they have looked sharp.
They've looked sharp already. The railway people who are working in the rail industry, they are saying that they can't even get fuel to fuel their trains for operations.
Okay, we have
Everything
to go.
seems to have come to a standstill.
We have to go. Will you join the
And so
demonstration?
Ghanaians,
like
please
I'm
let's
saying.
rise up in our millions.
Okay.
Let us show the president that, Mr. President, you are sleeping on the job. This is not what we bargained for.
Should we?
This is not what you promised us.
Okay.
Please.
And speaking to the people.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Husseini Issa. He's a former member of parliament for the Okankwe North constituency. And Fred Agbonyo, he is a deputy international relations officer of the NDC. Gentlemen, thank you very much indeed for your time. International man, yeah. Whatever it is, keep hope alive, survive through the week. Last week, we lost about 5 cedis to the dollar. This week, I'm sure we will survive. May it not hit 20. We'll see you after the break.